Hi, greetings, royal queens and kings. It's your host, Queen Tulsa, and welcome back to the Queen Tulsa Show. I will be your captain today. First and foremost, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I need you to press that subscribe button down below. If you're already subscribed to the show, set your notifications to all so that you don't miss any of the hot topics and fire content. And go on and bang that like button so then you don't forget and you can enjoy the show. Queens and Kings, on the agenda today, we have Cardi B, we have Nicki Minaj, we have Offset, we have Neil Long, we have Camron, we have Darius, and Keke Palmer. Child, that thing is getting very, very, very ugly. And also we have the dance halls vibes cartel. Child, they're saying that he's over there bleaching, child, and his face is swelling up. Well, we've got a lot to get into, so let's get into it. Hello and welcome. Thank you all for coming by. I really appreciate you. Oh, absolutely. Please like, share, and subscribe. The Goddess Tulsa Show. Welcome. Please like, share, and subscribe. Now is the time to go ahead and get ready for the show. We have some great news for you. Okay? We're going to have a great time. So I really, really, really appreciate you and your dedication to showing up. Gratitude. Don't be afraid to hit that cash app. And don't forget to smash that like button. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into it. But before we do, let's go ahead and recognize our members, our royal members. We have Waney11 in the building. Waney11 says, please like, share, subscribe, and join the convo respectfully. We got Kelly Mendez in here, says pay.queentulsa.com. If you guys want to support the channel, you definitely can do it by clicking that link. All right, here's my message to you. We definitely want to hear from you. What hot topic are you most interested in right now? Comment below with your answer or share a thought provoking question. Let's ignite some engaging discussions. Okay, it's very much so bright and early on this Monday. And I definitely want to thank you all for coming out and making time for the Queen. Because without you, like seriously, who would be watching? Well, let's get right on into it because first and foremost, everything on this channel is alleged speculation. We don't know these people, and we got a disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use. This video was made for entertainment purposes and is transformative in nature. And while we're here, Queen live in the field. Queen Tulsa is a content personality that's broadcasted on YouTube, Instagram, and other social media. Please like, share, and subscribe to this independent channel for the people. Donations go to building this platform. Thanks for taking the time to watch. And remember to hit the like, the share, and subscribe buttons. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get into it because first and foremost, Offset has really been out here just really doing the most. And at this point, I am so sick and tired of the Cardi B and the Offset. I mean, from the situation, I mean, he's just been having this woman out here looking a plum fool. He has been out here embarrassing the crap out of Cardi B, in my opinion, right? Now, let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, child, I'm not really sure what just happened. Okay, you guys give me 1 second. As you know, Cardi B and Offset is really is really over here doing the most. Okay. Well, first and foremost, Cardi B drained Offset's bank accounts, removed all her money, child. Listen here. She's been out here and I know Akbar V has come at her. They say Nicki Minaj posted the Michael Jackson meme, as her and her and Offset are like going back and forth. Well, child, it has gotten really serious. Cardi B drained Offset's bank accounts, removed all her money, left him with scraps. The Cardi B and Offset drama is heating up and it's about to get real ugly. Media Takeout learned that Cardi B has taken legal action to remove all of her assets from her husband's accounts. And when Cardi was done removing all of the money that was hers, Media Takeout learned that Offset was left with almost nothing. Cardi is gearing up for what looks like it could be one of the most bitter and contentious divorce battles in hip hop history. Now, listen, she may not have made an album, but she knows how to make her way to court. And when she makes her way to court, that's anywho. One person close to the incident explained Cardi made most of the money for the family. She's all about saving and investing. Offset is about spending wildly. Okay, get into this. So while they both made a lot of money during the marriage, most of the money they have now is Cardi's. And by most, I mean like 95% of it, the insider added. Offset, and it's not just money that Cardi has, it's real estate. The insider continued, they own a home in Atlanta where Cardi and the children stay, and they have a home in New Jersey where Cardi's mother stays. She's getting both of those homes. Offset is currently living in a Los Angeles mansion that the couple has been renting. Get into that. We're told that without Cardi's money, Offset is nowhere near as wealthy as he portrays. Cardi's friend told Media Takeout, that man spends money like water. He's not even hot like that anymore. Watch what his life ends up looking like without Cardi. Listen, that was a no-brainer for me. That was definitely a no-brainer. And when you talk about, honey, this is going to be definitely a contentious divorce. Cardi got online the other day and she just went ranting. I'm not going to replay that. And one thing that I don't agree with is married women up here laughing at, or you sit up here laughing at a married woman going through a tumultuous time and with the love of her life, who she said, yes, I do to, and vowed to be together until death do us part, make a plumb fool out of you. You're looking like he's like you like this is a circus act. And you know, at one point he was being a good boy. He stopped doing all his shenanigans. He was at her concerts. He was pretty much what Todd is to Candy. But then it was like the streets are calling my name. I'm going to the streets. So that's where he went. Okay, now get into it. Speaking of, and I know that they are not on the thumbnail today. Jonathan Majors and Megan Good getting closer amid domestic violence trial. Jonathan Majors is currently on trial for allegedly assaulting his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari. But sources say the trial is only bringing them closer together. Sources close to the couple told TMZ the trial hasn't only been a tough time for Jonathan, it's also been incredibly challenging for Megan. The sources told the outlet that Megan is particularly upset about the text exchanges between Jonathan and Jabari prosecutors keep bringing up in court. And one message Jonathan tells Jabari is just fake and goes on to tell her she's got a rep for exaggerating, lying, and seeking attention. The text messages, which are allegedly between Ms. Jabari and Mr. Majors, show the actor trying to persuade her from going to the hospital following a separate alleged altercation in September of 2022, saying it could lead to an investigation even if you do lie and they suspect something. Meanwhile, in audio recording, Mr. Majors is heard telling the dancer he needs a great woman similar to Michelle Obama or Coretta Scott King. Surveillance footage then shows the couple battling on the streets of New York. A lot going on, and definitely prayers up for that couple so they can if he's going to be with Megan and do his thing and move forward. I'm not the judge or the jury, right? I'm just here to report. I don't make the news, I just report it. Now, get into this. Twitter says Nicki Minaj's backside burst while performing on stage last night. Nicki Minaj had an incident last night as she performed songs from her new Pink Friday 2 album for the first time. The stage show was amazing with Nicki Minaj, with Nicki singing, rapping, and dancing, all at a very high level. But Media Takeout learned that during the show, Nicki attempted to do a split, and something tragically happened to her surgically enhanced cakes. While it's not clear what happened, many on Twitter are saying that her implanted cakes appear to have ruptured or burst while she attempted the dance move. Wow, that looks painful. Now, get into this. There is a video out there, but we won't be showing it. Nicki is one of the best-selling music artists with more than 100 million records sold worldwide. 7 Billboard ranked her as a top-selling female rapper of the 2010s and one of the greatest rappers of all time. She has 23 top 10 singles in the US, the most for any female rapper, with 6 of those being solo songs. Minaj is also the first and only female rapper to have 3 #1 albums on the Billboard 200 chart. Her various accolades include 8 American Music Awards, 5 MTV Video Music Awards, including the 2022 Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award, 12 BET Awards, 4 Billboard Music Awards, a Brit Award, 3 Guinness World Records, and 12 Grammy nominations outside of music. Her film and television career has included voice roles in the animated films Ice Age, Continental Drift 2012, and the Angry Birds movie 2 2019, supporting roles in the films The Other Woman 2014 and Barbershop The Next Cut 2016, and being an American Idol judge 2013. In 2016, Time included her on the annual list of the 100 most influential people in the world. Throughout her career, Minaj's outspoken views, social media disputes, and her fan base has received significant media coverage. Can you talk about queening? Can you talk about perseverance? Can you talk about closing the door and there are several more that God is going to open up for you? Can you talk about when people counted you out, girl, God had the last say so? Can you talk about, girl, they was trying to compare you to different rappers and you're the only rapper that's relevant and still on the billboards now? Come on, Favor. Let's get into some of these comments before I go on to the next topic. When one says, Queen, hey, Queen Tulsa, hey, Chloe Mendez. Yes, it is. I wonder who her lawyer is. Honey, listen. A divorce is a unalivement of a relationship. Listen here. Cardi's got the top notch. Listen here. And I want to say this. She will use her skin color to really get on in there. You know, those tears are gonna come out. You know, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Now, get into this, and I know she's not on the docket either, but Sexy Red says she did not leak her own X tape, right? Now, Sexy Red denied rumors that she leaked her own blank tape during her interview with the Breakfast Club. That was the wackest video. Bruh, I was tired, fat, pregnant. I didn't even feel like doing ish on there. Bruh, and then that's the one that effing get leaked. I was mad. I was in the moment and then I set the phone down, but I ain't the one that did that, she said. Her interview went viral after the rapper refused to engage with Just Hilarious, who once mocked the rapper, implying her coochie was not fresh. I don't mess with you, she told her to her face. You be sneak dissing. I see everything. I was trying to see y'all wasn't I was trying to see y'all wasn't sneak dissing before I came up here too. I check everything. Just press sexy about the reason for her not liking her. But by the end of the interview, the beef was squashed. Okay. I think that was only for that moment, right? So now let's get into this. We got Nia Long and Camron dating. But before we get into Nia Long and Camron dating, we got dance hall artist Vibes Cartel's face swells up years after dramatic skin bleaching. Okay, Jamaican dance hall artist Vibes Cartel, who is currently in prison, is looking quite different. As Media Takeout reported, 3 years ago, the dance hall artist began bleaching his skin. Here's what he looked like before. After the bleaching, you guys can check that out on Media Takeout. Now, something appears though have happened to Vibe's face. It's now swollen. Fans are speculating it could be a thyroid condition, but others are suggesting Media Takeout has learned that is it could be a side effect of all the bleaching. Now get into this. Vibes is a Jamaican dance hall musician and convicted unaliver. Among his various nicknames, he is referred to as World Boss or Teacher. As summarized by Rolling Stone, he attained folk hero status in Jamaica with provocative lyrics and mischievous public persona, and few have captivated the dance hall audience or offended the sensibilities of its detractors as consistently and thoroughly as Cartel. Cartel singles include Romping Shop 2009, Dance Hall Hero 2010, and Summertime 2011. Having collaborated with a number of hip hop and R&B artists such as Major Lazer, Rihanna, Jay-Z, Digga D, and Unknown T. He has also been credited as an inspiration for the dancehall infused work of a number of Western artists, including Drake, who was cited Cartel as being one of his biggest inspirations. In 2014, Cartel was sentenced to life imprisonment for the unalivement of his associate Clive Lizard Williams. He'll be eligible for parole once he has served a minimum of 35 years in prison. Despite being in prison, Cartels continues to release new music prolifically, having released over 50 new songs in 2016 alone. His hit song Fever was certified gold in June of 2020. When you talk about pull from behind the wall, okay, there is something going on up in there, okay? Now, get up into this. Blueface and Soulja Boy are beefing, child. So, Blue leaks video of Soulja Boy's baby moms. Soulja Boy and Blueface are beefing. Media Takeout learned that the drama between the two struggling rappers all started after Blue made some disparaging comments about Soulja Boy during an interview with Funny Marco. Around the 13-minute mark in the latest episode of Funny Marco's podcast, Open Thoughts, Blueface boldly claimed that he can outperform any hit for hit. That he can outperform anybody hit for hit. When asked if he could defeat Soulja Boy in a versus battle, Marco that rattled off of Soulja Boy's classic like Kiss Me Through the Phone and Crank That Soulja Boy, to which a dismissive Blueface responded, okay. Blueface mugshot. Soulja Boy wasn't happy. Media Takeout learned, and so he aired out Blueface on Instagram Live on Friday night, claiming that the Los Angeles rapper only has one hit. You gonna perform Buzz Down, Tatiana, 5 times in a row? Cut it out, Igga. Soulja said in the 2-minute clip. Blueface responded in the only way he could with effery. He posted a music video that he filmed with Soulja Boy's baby's mother last year. Child, the video is out there I don't know. It's a lot. What do you guys think about that? This beef, um, and this culture. It's a lot. It's definitely a lot. And then over the weekend, Blueface and Jaden was at a concert, and this is what I saw virally going around. There was a young lady at a concert, and I apparently she was throwing ice up on the stage allegedly. And Blueface was like, get on up here. And I guess Jaden was supposed to, get that, you know. And before you know it, he had pushed the young woman towards Jaden, and boom, there was a whole kerfuffle in the club. It's a lot. Let's get into this. Last but not least, rapper podcaster Camron shoots his shot at Nia Long and it works. New couple alert. Actress Nia Long may have a new man in her life, popular rapper and podcaster Camron. The pair both attended Rich Paul's birthday party in Los Angeles this weekend, and they seem to hit it off. A source told Media Takeout Nia 53 looked absolutely stunning in a short yet elegant black gown, which showed off her grown woman curves. According to folks in the building, Cameron introduced himself to Nia and spent a few minutes complimenting her from head to toe, Media Takeout has learned. The two spent about 20 minutes talking and exchanged numbers. After the exchange, the two took a photo and Nia publicly posted it on her Instagram, a clear sign that she's interested. It's not clear whether this friendship will evolve into something more, but so far we like these two as a possible couple. Nia is an American actress best known for her work in Black cinema. Long rose to prominence after films, uh, starring in the film Boys in the Hood 1991, and for her portrayal of Balua Lisa Wilkes on the NBC sitcom The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air 1991 through 1995. She then appeared in Friday 1995, as well as the 1997 films Love Jones and Soul Food. Long is also known for her roles in the films The Best Man 1999 and its sequel The Best Man Holiday 2013, as well as Big Mama's House 2000 and its sequel Big Mama House 2 2006 on television. She portrayed Sasha Monroe on the crime drama series Third Watch 2003 to 2005 and has starred on the Fox drama series Empire 2017 and the CBS action series NCIS Los Angeles 2017 to 2018. She has received several accolades, including 2 NAACP Image Awards and a Black Real Award. Shout out to Black Excellence. And you know what? Shout out to Nia Long. I feel like that she really deserves like the happiness, dealing with, her past little relationship with the Celtics individual. Get into that. Now, move on over to Keke Palmer's baby daddy, or Keke Palmer's baby's father, Darius, now accusing her of abuse, punched him and called him an itch. Last month, Media Takeout told you that Keke Palmer accused her baby's father, Darius Jackson, of abuse in an effort to reduce potential child support payments to the stay-at-home dad. Well, now it's Darius' turn. Media Takeout has learned that now Darius is claiming that Keke abused him in a brand new legal filing just in time for Christmas. Darius Jackson is accusing the Nope actress of abuse, claiming she was an aggressor. She was the aggressor for most of their relationship. He also demanded her restraining order against him be dismissed. Keke was already granted a temporary restraining order against Darius and temporary sole custody of their 10-month-old son, Leo. Under the terms of the order, which has expired, Darius was ordered to stay 100 yards away from the actress and their son until a future hearing. So what abuse did Darius suffer? Here's what he wrote in legal documents. On August 20th, 2021, Keke punched Darius in the face at a birthday party. On October 24th, 2021, Keke Keke violently gripped Darius' arm to prevent him from leaving her house. On November 17th, 2021, after Darius told her he would not spend the night with her, Keke called him over 200 times and sent him over 50 emails. Keke punched Darius and left marks on his body. Keke attacked Darius by choking and hitting him. Darius also claims that Keke berated him, calling him names such as itch, a punk, and a loser. Listen, not far-fetched. Have you all heard that video of her mother going on? And invited Usher up into it. I guess you guys didn't hear that, honey. Girl, it's giving like mother like daughter. Uh-huh. Now get into this. Like mother like daughter, child. We're gonna move on from that. Yes, please like, share, subscribe, and join the conversation respectfully. Now get into this, child. This is going to be overboard, but I think that you all should know, because listen here. Y'all already know that I'm no stranger to the industry. Y'all know, we want to keep it on point because you know how YouTube is. But male Congress staffer busting it open on the Senate floor has blank in Congressional Hall. Y'all, when I heard this story, I was like, oh my goodness. And then once I found out that it was a power bottom, and girl, mother had cake. When I tell you mother had cake, I said, oh, and I had to, let me report the story. A graphic video has been leaked, which purportedly shows a congressional staff having anal bloop with an unknown man in the Senate hearing room, and the video is extremely graphic. Media Takeout has learned the alleged staffer can also be seen in a photo on all fours popping his bussy while looking back at the camera on the table, where senators often sit to ask questions during a hearing. A source who provided the video in the Daily Caller, a source who provided the video to the Daily Caller claimed that the incident occurred inside Senate room Hart 216, the judiciary room. Listen here, I'm so excited to let you guys know about this story. Let me take a deep breath, because the only thing that's in my head is those cakes. And you know what? If he had put those cakes in my face, I would have been like, how you doing? The video shows the alleged staffer's face blurred because his identity has not been confirmed. We're not going to publish the video. It's too graphic, but here's a screenshot. Oh my goodness. Listen here. Let me listen, y'all. I'm about to put this on the Patreon. I'm about to upload this on the Patreon right here, because girl, I ain't gonna bother to tell you, baby. I wish it was me. I wish it was me. Oh, did I say that? Oh, did I say that? Girl, I would have tore him up. Baby, I would have tore him up and sentenced him. Guilty. You are guilty. Yes, honey. Oh, excuse me. Whoo. Yes, honey. Listen, if you're a royal member, listen here. Should I start telling you guys like some of the stories that kind of like, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like in that genre right there. For my members only, would you all like to hear some stories like that? Oh, and for the members only, we will be reading this book, Confessions of a Video Vixen, today. Okay, we will be doing a reading. I think that I'll just do it for the public, for those that are at work and things like that. So I'm thinking maybe like at 12:30. But I say Confessions of a Video Vixen. We're going to start with chapter 1 today. I've already read the acknowledgement. So if you want to hear the acknowledgement, go check out that video and be prepared because we are going to get into chapters 1, 2. I say 1 and 2, but I remember this book being very, very, very delicious. You know, I can't even help myself. We'll start with chapter 1 right quick because we're done with the hot topics. Okay, so chapter 1 is death and life, right? Okay. So death and life. October 2001. I was lying on the hard, cold floor in the bathroom of the famous Chinese bistro, Mr. Chow, in Beverly Hills. It is one of the most upscale and renowned restaurants in the world, yet I was at the lowest point in my life. With my head next to the toilet, I was alone, in debt, with no friends and no hope. It had been a long, hard trip that led to this fall. It was a wild roller coaster ride, which included some of the hottest names in hip hop and Hollywood. For 2 years, I rode it out. I was in the middle of it all, dining with P. Diddy, partying with Vin Diesel, going one on one with Shaquille O'Neal. I had money, 3 cars, a condo in a prestigious neighborhood, a nanny for my son. I starred in some of the hottest music videos with Jay-Z, LL Cool J, Ja Rule, and Ludacris. I had been co-starred in the blockbuster film A Man Apart, opposite Vin Diesel. But here, I lay on a cold bathroom floor, hugging the toilet's frigid porcelain, completely hopeless. I was broke, homeless, and probably dying. The last thing I remember was my body shaking violently as I sat on the toilet with my head in my hands, and my friend Eva hovering over me, asking me if I was okay. But now I was on the floor and she was gone. Can I move? Was the only thought swirling through my head. I tried to say something to make sure I was alive. I couldn't. I tried to move my leg, and it worked. I stood up gingerly and made my way to the sink. I looked around the small one stall bathroom. It was dimly lit and tiny, yet elegant. I held on to the sink, looking at myself in the mirror. My pupils were fully dilated, and I could feel my knees wobbling beneath me. I splashed cold water on my face, hoping to snap out of the trouble I was so obviously in. I looked at my jewelry and clothes. I still wore the diamond heart pendant and the canary yellow diamond earrings that my ex-husband had given me years before. My ring and bracelet were gifts purchased at Tiffany. My long nails were perfectly French manicured, and my hair was long and black. My skin had been tanned by the Miami sun, and my eyes were gray thanks to my color contacts. My face was made up to perfection, compliments of MAC and Chanel. My jeans were $200 pair. My jeans were a $200 pair by fashion icon Marc Jacobs, and the rest of the ensemble followed suit. Everything was designer made, from my jewelry to my makeup to the clothes I wore, even the drugs I consumed. The next thing I knew, I was on the floor again. When I came to from another, hold on. When I came to from another bout of convulsions, my tongue was swollen and bloody. I crawled up from the floor and made my way back to the sink to splash more water on my face. I desperately wanted someone to walk in and help, but no one came. I began to panic with thoughts of the late actor River Phoenix racing through my head. Thoughts of him seizing outside the Viper Room, not too far from where I was on Sunset Boulevard, right before dying. I thought of how awful it would be if I died in the bathroom at Mr. Chow. I thought of the irony of it all, the paparazzi waiting outside for Nicolas Cage and LL Cool J, who were both in the dining area eating with friends. I thought of how pretty and rich I looked, yet my life had become ugly and poor. But the most prominent was my son, Naeem. My nanny, my nanny hadn't heard from me in months, and had no idea how to find me. No one even knew my real name or where I lived or who my family was or where I came from. To them, my name was Gisette, a name that I had made up when I was 16. During my years as a stripper, I thought of Naeem and wanted to live. I thought if I screamed his name as loud as I could, God would hear me and allow me another chance at being a mother. God had to know that despite everything I had done until this point, I loved my son and I wanted to do right by him. I stumbled to the bathroom door, opened it, and began to scream his name into the stairwell that led downstairs into the main dining area of the restaurant. I screamed his name over and over until my voice was gone. No one heard me. I stumbled back into the restroom to splash more water on my face, hoping the water alone would be enough to reverse what I had done. My heart was racing, and its beat was all I could hear in my head. There were sweat beads on my face, my mouth was dry, my vision blurred. My body went into convulsions three, four more times, each time landing me on the cold, hard towel. No one was there for me. I was going to die alone. 1 year earlier, no one could have told me that my life would turn out that way. I was invited to a function one Friday night on October 2000 in 2000. I was invited to a function one Friday night in October 2000 at the Sky Bar, located on Sunset Strip. I reluctantly met an acquaintance there and quickly began to mingle in order to make the best out of what promised to be a boring evening. The crowd was very stuffy, and I found myself yawning in between the conversations with a concert pianist and a score composer. After about an hour of walking around sampling the vast array of Medicare hors d'oeuvres and oversized apple martinis, I was ready to go. As I searched for the acquaintance who brought me to the event, he came up behind me, grabbed my arm, and pulled me toward the pool. I want you to meet someone, he said. Gary, this is Gisette. Gisette, this is Gary. As I said before, Gisette was a name and persona I made up when I was 16, after I ran away from my father and wanted a new identity and hopefully a new life. I landed in Los Angeles. Gary was handsome, dressed in all black, and of medium build and height. He was soft spoken and reserved. As we began to talk, we realized that we shared the same sentiments about the function we were attending. We laughed at each other's silly anecdotes and soon found ourselves exchanging phone numbers. After the function, we all headed over to a local club called Norris Cafe. There we continued to sip martinis. At one point, I am sure I climbed on top of a table and started dancing. It was a night to remember, but by the following morning, I had forgotten most of it. The next afternoon, when I had finally recovered from the night before, I checked my messages to find one from Gary. Initially, I couldn't remember who Gary was among the sea of people I had met at the Sky Bar and at Norris Cafe. After a brief moment of recollection, I began to connect the voice with the face. I failed, however, to return the call. That Sunday, while I was driving around in West Los Angeles, my cell phone rang. The number was unfamiliar to me, so I answered with caution. Hey, Yzette, this is Gary from the other night, the voice said. I rolled my eyes in silent response. I was used to men hitting on me and thought that Gary was just another example. But I was wrong. What Gary said next would not only surprise me, it would change my life. He began to explain to me that he was a film director and he was in the beginning stages of production of his new film. He wanted me to pick up a copy of the script and read for him. He said there was a part he thought would be perfect for me. I was unsure what to think and actually doubted that he was a director of any substance. After you lived in Los Angeles for a while, you begin to take what people say they do with a grain of salt, particularly in Hollywood. Still, that Monday, I went to the address he gave me on Beverly Boulevard. I arrived at the production office and picked up the script. Once in my car, I began to read it. and was baffled because the character I was to be reading for, Candace Hicks, appeared nowhere in the script. The very next day, I was called to read on camera for Gary and the producers. I read lines for another character while trying to conceal my nervous stomach and dry mouth. Just as with any other things, I performed without thought. I read the lines, though, a few times, and that was it. I was done. Gary walked me out to the hallway and thanked me for coming by. I was still unsure of what I had just done, what it was really for, and who I was dealing with. But I began to get a clue once he mentioned that I was up for the role of the wife of Lorenz Tate's character. Lorenz Tate was a name I knew from his previous movies, so the project became a bit more legitimate and real. Had I known how big this opportunity really was, I might not have gotten through the audition. On the Thursday we met, I received a call from Gary's production office telling me I had been cast as Candace Hicks, the wife of Demetrius Hicks, played by Lorenz Tate. They said the part would have to be written for me. I was thrilled, although I had acted all throughout my school years, and being in films was something I had always dreamed of. It was never something I felt was an achievable goal, but here it was. After I digested everything Gary's crew told me, it finally hit me. Gary was famed director F. Gary, F. Gary Gray, who had done Set It Off, Friday, The Negotiator, and would go on to direct The Italian Job and Be Cool. I was going to be a part of the big budget New Line cinema production. When I left my sad life and ran to Los Angeles, I had no idea what I would be doing. I had no idea how I was going to survive. For me, being part of film was much more than surviving. It was a move toward succeeding. On the following Monday, just a week and a half after meeting Gary, I showed up for my first table reading with the entire cast. Gary sat at the head of the table, and Lorenz sat directly across from me. I didn't realize many of the actors there, but was secretly man, drawn to a tall, muscular man sitting directly to my right. His voice was overwhelmingly powerful, yet his demeanor was gentle. From time to time, his shoulder brushed against mine, and I would get a rush. My attraction to this man was so strong. His name was Vin Diesel. Coincidentally, my first film shoot would take place just a few blocks away from the house where I'd shot my first music video. We began shooting a man apart at Zuma Beach in Malibu. I awakened at 3 in the morning and got into my car to drive to the set. I glided into Malibu by way of the well-known picture, picturesque calm of the Pacific Coast Highway, with the windows in my car down so I could feel the air, brisk and moist with dew. I was blasting my radio and sang along loudly with every song during the 1 hour drive from my condo. I arrived on set and headed directly to the catering truck for a breakfast burrito, then sat in the hair department up for a breakfast burrito, then sat in the hair and makeup trailer. I was officially an actress. I felt that everything I had done up until that point, everything that happened to me, from my abusive childhood, the R word, being a teen right away, the stripping had not stopped me or beaten me. I had reinvented myself. I was moving on and hopefully moving up. Perhaps when one has a difficult start in life, the universe has a way of balancing everything out. I do believe that every cloud has a rainbow and a silver lining. I have had many, many clouds, more than most. All right, so that was just chapter one. So later I'll come back and it'll be Sins of the Mother. So that'll be chapter two. So chapter two is Sins of the Mother. You guys let me know if you all enjoyed our hot topics, our read along. That was Corinne Steffens. The book is called Confessions of a Video Vixen. We have read the acknowledgments. We've read chapter 1. Come back for chapter 2. Okay. I love you all. Thank you for supporting. Have a great day on purpose. Oh, before we get out of here, we have to read our daily devotional. All right, so I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And also stay encouraged. Our daily devotional. O come, Emmanuel. May we never lose our sense of awe at the fact that God chooses to be with us. December 18th, 2023. Isaiah 7:14, Matthew 1:23. At Christmas time, we sing, O come, Emmanuel, a hymn that includes ancient chants known as the old antiphons. In 16th century worship, each ode was followed by a give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Messianic. Okay. Okay. In 16th century worship, each ode was followed by a messianic title: Emmanuel, root of Jesse, Dayspring, Key of David, Lord of Might, Desire of Nations. These names for the Savior reminded us that in Jesus, God fulfilled the hopes of his people, and we can observe his faithfulness both historically and in the present, with hope for the future. The hymn hinges on the name Emmanuel or Emmanuel, meaning God with us. Matthew 1:23. As John says, the word became flesh and dwelt among us. John 1:14. Jesus is not merely a good teacher or prophet. He is good. He is God incarnate, the wisdom of God in human form. The truth is the foundation of our hope. As we try to embody Jesus' teachings, our prayer should be to walk as his wise followers in the world. Ephesians 5:15. That means living faithfully in a kingdom that is both here, now, and still to come. We also pray that our Emmanuel would draw many people from every tribe, language, and nation. Revelation 5:9, to himself until the whole earth is filled with the knowledge of God's glory. Habakkuk 2:14, Psalm 72:19. All right. On that note, I love you all and be encouraged, and I'll see you next time. So long.
Something girls need love, girls need love, girls need love. So what's a girl to do? She needs love. Some girls need love. Girls can't never say they want it. Girls can't never say how. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say nah. Girls can't never say they want it. Girls can't never say how. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say nah. Oh nah. Give it to me like you need it, baby. Want you to hear me screaming, happy breathing. I don't need a reason, baby. I want it till you can't buy. I can get it to you right, baby. I wanna be healing. I can be real good. We don't get these feelings. Hey, I need some love.